for me, but I tell you straight away though, I've never really been the sort to believe in strange things or talk about them. Ghosts, light in the sky, that sort of talk. I always figured there was a sensible explanation for everything, and that's how I was taught growing up. See, there is that one evening on the bog road.
I'll never be able to make sense of it.
Happened a few years back, late autumn it was. Evenings were drawing in early, and the ground out in the bog was soft from days of rain. Around that time, I'd be bringing the sheep in close to the farm before the weather turned bad, and I noticed one of the ewes hadn't come back with the rest. Now, losing a sheep isn't unheard of around here. They wander off, get stuck in drains, or wander too far out into the bog. So I grabbed my torch anyway, and took the old bog road that runs behind our land. It's just a tiny little narrow track of gravel and peat, with nothing but flat bogland stretching out on either side. If you've ever been out in the bog at dusk, you'll know the quiet of it. There's no traffic, there's no houses, there's just wind moving across heather.
Strange places.
About halfway down the road I stopped because I thought I heard something, which is unusual out there. Run the sheep like it wasn't anything like that. It was kind of a sound of humming, very faint, almost like electricity in the air, or if you're standing close to electricity wire that's got some serious power going through it. I looked up then,
And that's when I saw the thing.
something hanging in the sky over the far side of the bog. On the plane or helicopter, I've seen those out and it looked totally different. It was just this light, it was just hanging there, a dull sort of light.
Kind of like a lantern behind thick glass.
It wasn't flashing or moving fast, just there, still, hovering, silent except for that low hum sound. I remember thinking it must be a drone or some sort of survey thing, though I'd never seen one sitting that still before. Something strange awful happened then. The torch in my hand flickered and went out. Now, again, that's not unusual in and of itself. Batteries die, but the odd thing was the whole place suddenly felt wrong. Like the air had gone heavy and the sound was just mute. I kept watching the light for a moment, and I swear, it seemed to get a little bigger. But closer exactly, just kind of like larger, like it was growing. And the humming got louder too. And then the next thing I remember, I was standing further down the road. A good bit distance. Yeah, a good bit in the distance. My torch was back in my hand, shining straight into the ditch, and I had absolutely no memory of walking there at all. I checked my watch then, and I nearly dropped.
2 hours had passed.
2 hours, and I have no memory of it, and I can't account for a second of it. The light in the sky was well gone. The bog was quiet, back to normal. Just the wind, the sound of birds calling somewhere out in the dark. I told myself I must have just lost track of time. Maybe, I don't know, had an episode or fainted, although I'd never fainted before. And wandered away without realising or something. I don't know, bad as a sheep. Still, I went home that night feeling kind of uneasy. I didn't mention it to anyone because I thought they'd think I was cracked. And here's the part that really stuck with me over the years. About a week later, I went back out to the same stretch of bog looking again for the missing ewe. And I found her, God love her. Her hubs left of her anyway. Just the bones. And they were very clean,
Like it come from a butcher.
lying in a shallow patch of peat, not far from where I'd seen the light. There's no sign of foxes digging, no scattered bull, nothing dragged away. Just a skeleton laid there like it had been placed. The thing about bogs in Ireland is they have this strange kind of a history. People used to bury offerings in them long ago. Animals, sometimes even people, were murdered there and offered to the bog. They say that bogs preserve things, that they hold on to them. My grandfather, when I was young, when he was trying to scare us at night time, he used to tell us stories about the She, the old fairy folk. He said bugs were thin-chested, he called them.
For the word we know and the old one overlap.
I used to laugh when he said that, thinking he was some crazy old fool. But I'll tell you this much. I used to have to walk that bog road. And every now and then, when the evening is quiet and the mist settles low over the peat, I catch myself looking up to the sky and checking. just in case the light decides to come back.